With that, we are going to another great project and to another great dedoc voice and leader in the diabetes community, and we're going back to India. I say hello to Snehal. Snehal, please join me. How are you doing in India? How late is it right now where you are?
It's around 9:15 in the night. So, yeah.
So just a few hours left, 2.5 hours or so left for World Diabetes Day. Glad you can join us.
Yes.
Snehal, you have been very, very engaged with the Blue Circle Foundation in India. You are also a DDoc voice. You spoke at one of our symposia, I think at ISPAT last year.
Yes.
And I think that we will link to your video from back then on the DDoc Symposium so that people can find it on Facebook, YouTube, or later on our website. Snehal, can you tell us a little bit about your work with the Blue Circle Foundation in India and what you were doing there?
So, the Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation is India's largest patient led NGO, and we do a lot of work around awareness and advocacy in India at all socioeconomic backgrounds, at the rural setting, urban settings, and we have the biggest community, very engaging and kind, genuine community of people who are connected on all different social media platforms. We have in-person meetups every month across 25 plus cities all across the country, and we meet up every week. On Sundays we have an online workshop which is free and open for all, and we talk about a lot of different um, things surrounding diabetes. That could be doctor talks, expert talks, lived experiences, and connecting with our top contributors on the Facebook group and something like that. So we do a lot of work on keeping the community engaged, and so that they do not feel alone in this journey, and they always have the support of the NGO there with them.
And how do you celebrate World Diabetes Day this year? I saw an amazing video that you put out just a
Yeah.
short while ago.
Yes, yes. So for us, I think at the NGO we focused on diabetes all through the year. So we do not do anything special for this month. For this month, we specifically target on simple messages every single day for the entire month of November. Like we can, like people with type 1 diabetes cannot live without insulin, so we focus on the basics in this month. But talking more on the video that you just referred to, Bastian, so we were very glad to be part of showcasing our work at the Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation and how our community is involved, and how the peer support group and how this entire system functions. Because for us at Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation, the community is the whole and soul of it. It's the core of what we do. And for me personally, I believe in the power of community and the power of peer support, because for me, I have been living with type 1 diabetes since 22 years. So, and I have been in my school days, through my engineering days, and throughout my job, so it's been a really long duration. And more often than not, when you are living with a chronic condition that requires 24/7 attention and support, you go through these phases of diabetes burnout. And for me personally, I have always reached back to my community, my friends who are living with type 1 diabetes, and that has always helped me to get myself back on the right track and take a better control of my diabetes management.
And that power of community is also what we live and breathe at DDoc and what you live and breathe. I sometimes believe that, it links to the topic of diabetes and well-being, because community can be such a powerful, call it treatment, call it medicine, call it something that it's hard to put it in words sometimes. If you haven't seen it, you need to kind of see it, experience it to believe it. And that's what we see over and over again with our DDoc voices, with the events we do here in Germany, but also around the world when we go to the conferences. That's what I look forward to seeing when hopefully we will bring another group of diabetes advocates, DDoc voices, to India in end of February next year. And I hope to be able to come and visit. What is the key element for you in that power, in that peer support? What makes the world go round for you? Why are you spending so many hours, days, months, years working for free as a volunteer, there's also paying it forward, paying it back, but what's the magic? Explain it a little bit more for those that have not experienced it yet.
Yes, yes. I think for me, personally, it's the passion and the idea that what I have faced through my long journey living with type 1, no one else has to go through that. I think that is the core idea behind how we function here at Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation, because both me, Nupur, Rohan, and all our volunteers, we all live with different types of diabetes, and we know what it is and the challenges that we face in our day-to-day lives. I think that is one thing. And like I mentioned, I have personally benefited a lot from peer support. And I personally, I feel like once in 6 months, I go through this phase of diabetes burnout, and I always reach back to my community. I always like to meet my other friends from the community, and just meeting them, sitting with them, having a cup of coffee together. That kind of gives that subconscious mind shift change, and that is something that I cannot explain in words. That's only when you come to the meetups regularly, you meet people who are living the same condition like you do, and then you can certainly feel that your quality of life is improving and you're better able to accept the condition that you are supposed to live with 24/7.
And I believe that is, I mean, I have experienced this firsthand here in Germany, a first world country. I believe that can be doing even more for people in a country like India, where the healthcare system is often not as supportive, especially for the poorer people in the community. But people with diabetes supporting other people with diabetes can do so much. And Snehal, I believe we have not the whole video here, but we will show an excerpt of the video that you were just publishing, just because it is so amazing. The full link is here, but I think my team will show a short version thereof.
Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation is a people-led movement, and everything that's done by the foundation is done by people who actually live with diabetes. The role of community is basically to bring people together, to tell them that you're not alone, this is okay, we can all do this together.
As a community leader, it is my job to make the unheard voices of the community to reach key stakeholders and government authorities, so that whenever they are implementing these initiatives and making policies for people living with type 1 diabetes or NCDs in general, our voices are there at the table and our voices are heard.
We are in this for the long run. It's not a 100-meter race, it's a marathon.
I love it, and I know it goes on. I encourage everyone to watch the whole micro documentary. I think I really loved it when I first saw it pop up on social media a while ago. Snehal, thank you very much. We could also see Nupur in there, one of your co-founders of the Blue Circle Foundation. So it's wonderful to see also how this group of yours has been growing throughout India and delivering more impact, as many other partner organizations we have in India. It's amazing. I really look forward to seeing you there soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Bastian.
Snehal from the Diabetes Blue Circle Foundation in India.